Hi everyone. Thank you for tuning into this video today. Welcome to day 4 of the Santa Challenge. And my name is Katie Cox and I am a Premier Level 5 leader. Today I'm going to share with you my story, my why, some inspiration, and really what I wanted the focus of this training to be about was what I did in my first year of business, what I did in my second year, and how I really changed my approach to work smarter and not harder. And then I have a challenge for you. So my story with Rodan & Fields started 3 years prior to me joining. So some of you may or may not know this, but my older sister is RFX Circle Achiever Lori Cardella. And when Lori started her business, I had just finished my master's degree in nursing. So my profession is that I'm a pediatric nurse practitioner. It is a career that I am very passionate about and I love. So when Lori started this, I was very happy for her, but saw zero interest in it because here I was. I just worked my ass off to get this new degree and to pursue something that I loved. So what happened? 3 years go by. Lori becomes super successful. And in those 3 years, I was her best wingman. I sent her business partners, customers. God, I could get nauseous when I think about how much business I sent her. But what happened for me was I developed my why. So I started my family. And when I was making that transition and going back to work, I experienced this huge emotional conflict in leaving my children. So I had dedicated my life to taking care of very sick children, terminally ill children. And I felt that, and this is where I'm bringing in my why, I felt that when I would leave home to take care of other people's children and leave my children, I was missing it. I was missing everything. And the best gift that my patients and my families had taught me throughout my career was that every single day is a gift. Every single day. It doesn't matter how mundane your day is. If you are with people you love and you are happy, that is what it's all about. So here I am, career driven, love my job, sobbing hysterically on the way to work because I'm leaving my kids. And I felt like I was a joke. I felt like my patients taught me this amazing gift to be present, to enjoy life, to live in the present. And instead of being with what made me the most happy, my children, I was leaving them to take care of other people's children. Okay, so here's what happened. In a year's time, I was able to make the decision to retire. And what happened was when I went to make that decision, I was given the option of working 2 days a week, which I jumped at. And I was so thankful for it because what I found was Rodan & Fields gave me the gift I was always looking for, was the gift of choice, was to be home with my kids and to do and practice my profession that I loved. And every day I get to make that choice because of Rodan & Fields. And I am eternally grateful for that. But I also feel like it is my ultimate tribute to the families and the patients that I cared for who have lost their loved ones, who have lost their children to sickness, cancer, arthritis, illness, whatever the case may be, because I can still be a mom. I can still do what I love. I can still practice. So this leads me to what made my first year different than my second year. So I made the decision to join because I wanted flexibility. I wanted time and I wanted to be present with my family. And my biggest fear when I started this business was, okay, I had 2 sons under 2 years old and I was working. So how am I really going to be present when I'm adding another job to my plate? And guys, when I started this business, I got to work, like truly got to work. I did what I needed to do every day to do my reach outs, whether it was go to bed at 2 a.m. or whatever the case may be. But I really struggled with making the time for my business And even if I was still present with my kids, I wasn't really present. I was always thinking Rodan and Fields all day and all night. And I had a really hard time of shutting that down. What I found was by changing a few things, and I made these changes because of a come to Jesus moment I had in this business, which I'll share with you. It really taught me the importance of being present in my business and how that translated into me being present in my family. Okay, so here's my rock bottom story. It's not really rock bottom. I started in May of 2014. In April 2015, I was determined, hell-bent on hitting level 5 because I wanted to be level 5 by my year anniversary. And if I could do it a month earlier, why the hell not? I had recruited 4 people in March. They were all launching. It was like done deal. I told everyone, I told my husband, my parents, my sister, my best friends. Level 5 in April. What happened in April? 4 people quit, okay? 2 of them never launched. Level 5 wasn't happening. I was devastated. But what I did was I got to work. And simultaneously, this was like the best blessing in disguise, my laptop broke. So I had a computer, I had a desktop, but I didn't have my laptop. And prior to this, when I would go to work, it would be when my kids went to bed, I would go on my couch with my laptop, my husband would watch TV, I would be working away, we would kind of talk, but not really because I would be working. And up until that point, that's how I worked my business. But now I had to work at a desktop, which sounds so antiquated and uncomfortable. What I did was, it was the perfect storm for me. I sat at that desktop, and I think because I was so uncomfortable, I was very organized in my approach. I created my system of my reach outs, everyone has their own system. I'm not going to go into detail what mine is, but if you don't have one, find one because you need it to keep you going. And I got to work. And guess what? I hit level 5 in 2 months. So it worked for me. But here's what it really taught me. It taught me to be focused. And this is really what I wanted to convey to you. And I'm looking at the time here, so I know I'm running out. But I prided myself always in life as a nurse, as a mother, as a wife. You multitask everything, right? Like you're on the phone, washing dishes, folding laundry, doing a training call. And that's great because I am a firm believer that you always have to work smarter, not harder. But here's what I learned. When you multitask and you don't focus, stuff doesn't get done. And then you cannot help but translate that to your exterior part of your life. So here's what happened. When I would sit down, I would have my organized system of reach outs. I would get my work done. I was focused. I would shut off Messenger. I would put do not disturb on my phone, and I would set a timer. So I would say, okay, 9:30 to 10, I'm working. I sat at my computer. I got my stuff done. And you know what? I would tell my husband, don't watch our show. 10 o'clock, I'll be there. It got my ass moving. It got me focused. I took that a little bit further. I did it with training calls, with PowerShot calls, when I do prospect calls. And look, I'll be the first to tell you, when I'm talking to prospects, yeah, we work this into our life, pockets of time here and there. But the fact of the matter is that when you are not focused and when you are multitasking, you are not working smarter. You're working harder. So, how do I focus? So I'm going to give you a couple of tips, then I'm going to get to the challenge because I can't even believe it's almost 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. I never sit and do my IPA without a timer. Never. Because here's what happens. If I sit down and I got 30 minutes, I'll be like, all right, I can do 5 reach outs and my Facebook post for tomorrow. And I know in that 30 minutes, it all has to get done. And coming from the most type A perfectionist person, someone told this to me and I use it, and you may not agree with it. And listen, it doesn't apply to everything in life, but done is better than perfect. So if you have your timer clicking down and it's 20 minutes and you only got one reach out, you better get hustling because you've got a lot of work to do in the next 20 minutes. And then what happens is when you're done, you got so much done in such a focused time, you can leave it, you could shut it down, and you can move on with your life. And that's what really changed in my second year of business. I learned how to work in a very focused manner. I eliminated distractions. I eliminated multitasking. If you do a PowerShot call with me, if I'm doing a prospecting call, you better be damn sure you have 100% of my attention. I'm not scrolling on Facebook. I'm not liking anything. I am listening to you. And guess what? Your prospects deserve that. Your team deserves that. When you go and you shut it down, you're 100% focused with your family. Okay, so here's your challenge. Number 1, I want you to try that. I want you to try today to set a timer for 30 minutes. And I'm sorry to my team because I say this all the time, so you're probably sick of me. But I want you to I'm going to tell you the challenge to do in that 30 minutes. And I want you to turn your phone on Do Not Disturb and to shut off Facebook notifications for 30 minutes. You're going to survive, I promise. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to 3 different Facebook groups, okay? Doesn't matter what they are. They can be a cooking group, runners group, whatever, mom's group, and I want you to post a question to each of those pages. So, like I just did on a running group, like it's getting wet and cold, would love like a short, quick trail in town for a quick run during the week. Best crock pot recipes for cold weather on a cooking one. It doesn't matter. I just posted on a mom's group recently that in our local mall, you could book an appointment for a picture with Santa instead of waiting in line. So I shared that. I look for ways to bring value to people. So I encourage you to do that because here's what happens. Strangers comment, strangers like. You can engage with them. And you all know how it works on Facebook. The more you engage with them, the more they see your posts. Friend them, keep the conversation going. Okay. Oh my God, it's 12 and a half minutes. I'm so sorry. Okay, so 30 minutes today, 3 posts on 3 different Facebook groups, and if anyone comments or engages, you respond and you friend them. And the rest of this week, Monday through Friday, I want you to do 30 minutes a day dedicated to your business. So I hope you like this training. I hope it helped you. Happy holidays. And one last reminder, don't forget that if anyone's placing a PC order they want shipped by Christmas, it has to be by tomorrow. So happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for sticking with me. And let's keep this challenge going. Have a good one. Bye-bye.